Now, what you guys don't know, in fact, what only I know, what you're about to know, is that this little worm on the bottom left, Adam Busch, while this was happening, was all up in my DMs. Asking me if he could come on my show. So, okay, man, love to come on your show sometime, you know, all shit aside, I'm still a fan. The most disingenuous, like, fake, you know what I mean? You're not my fan. You're not a fan of mine. You're not, you know what I mean? It's, Adam Busch isn't living in my fucking replies on Twitter. Adam Busch isn't watching Nightwave. Don't do that, I'm a fan shit. Don't do that. Don't do that disingenuous. Like, you know what I mean? It's very, if you catch my drift. He's DMing me at the time while they're saying this and going, I'd love to come on your show sometime. I literally made jokes about fucking Adam Busch's resume, and if he can't take jokes like that, he needs to get the fuck off the internet. And I mean that, but I didn't do what you did, which is like watch my looks fade while still going to auditions and going, gee, I hope I land this part on Blacklist. I mean, it's just a cop and he doesn't have any lines, but you know, this is juicy. Maybe this is something we can go in the direction of. Shut up. I'm not doing that. Nobody wants that. Nobody asked for it. He's a real nasty little Jew, this guy. You know what I mean? Like a real nasty, he's a little nasty piece of work, this fucking guy. You, KARL, we're on with Melton today, making fun of this event. Melton was making fun of it. Chad was making fun of it. The Clipperverse was making fun of it. The Clippers were clipping us making fun of it. The comments were making fun of it. The comments on the clips, the comments on your channel, the comments on Chrissie's channel, they're all fucking dragging this thing. And you guys are gonna try to gaslight me into like, this is all in my fucking head? We're not falling for this. Some of you may understand, or some of you may or may not know, in the last couple of days, last week, or late last week going into this week, I've been making fun of Chrissie Mayr's Content Hotel. Chrissie Mayr's Content Hotel, which was absolutely an unmitigated disaster. Anybody who saw it fucking agreed. It wasn't great. And I did some lighthearted goofing on it. I might have been a little hard on the event itself, but didn't really go hard on KARL or who are these podcast guys, because as far as I always understood, we were always cool with each other. I'm going to wait to tell you what I experienced until we play the clip. I'm going to play the clip first, but let me play the clip. Obviously, Doom has the fucking clips. Let's get this. Boom, boom, bing. I know people were sending me timestamps, but we don't need them. Doom's got the full Quadfather one.
The turn, bitch. The turn.
Yeah. So thorough, Joe Burrow. My man.
Villa fucking Roma. Hopefully the black mold killed all the bed bugs.
So thorough, Joe Burrow coming in with a heater.
Yeah, there were bugs. I don't know about bed bugs, but there were certainly bugs.
Definitely an ecosystem in bed.
Yes. You want to get into it? You want to? You have any questions about Content Hotel?
Team Mersh all day. No,
I haven't seen Mersh's response yet. Adam checked it out. He might.
I haven't seen Mersh's response yet, but I've already called him a loser who lives in his basement.
No, I think we're going to cover it on WTP on Wednesday.
I'm putting together a very thorough response.
Joe Valentine said KARL called into NLO and was making fun of the event also. I know, I was watching Melton earlier, and they were all making fun of it. Then Melton made fun of it. I'm like, so everyone else gets to make fun of Content House, but when I do it, I'm jealous.
Okay. So all of the questions, concerns,
that makes sense.
And comments that we'll be doing on Wednesday. I don't mind waiting till then because I do want to get a lot of these thoughts together. A lot of things people said are correct, a lot of them are not, but I'm very excited to tackle all of it.
All right. Well, that's Adam's very politically correct way of telling me shut the fuck up and move on.
I guess we'll wait.
Yeah.
I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. I wasn't preparing a whole thing on Wednesday for this.
I have a thesis in a lot of songs too. It's mostly musical. But
what is all this nervous chuckling? I made fun of the carpets. I made fun of the rug. I made fun of the bedspread. I made fun of the shitty pool. I made fun of the fact that Chrissie Mayr wasn't even staying there. Even she was smart enough. She got an Airbnb. I think it was said on that Dabble Point. The Point Dabble Point. KARL and his gang, I don't think was staying at the Villa Roma. I don't think anyone with money was staying at the Villa Roma. But this nervous energy, like, yeah, right, like it was such a bad thing. Right, like it was such a right, like it was an old place that was shitty, right? Okay, why are you all panicking? Just admit it was kind of a drab, shitty place to have an event in, and it was kind of a bomb. Why is everyone going? Jesus Christ, man! I just made fun of the stupid dated decor and the Cisco food systems, chicken cutlets. And all of a sudden, I'm a fucking loser in a basement. You're firing missiles at me. I don't fire any back. You're starting to fire second volleys at me. I'm like, what's going on here? Why is everyone getting so bent out of shape over this? Just admit this event sucked and Chrissie Mayr's fat and the event wasn't great. What is so hard about this? And the response was like, Mersh, you're a fat loser. And I'm like, fair. Now back to you and this event. I wasn't trying... I'm not trying to use Content Hotel to deflect anyone's attention away from my own flaws. So they shouldn't be using my flaws to deflect from the fucking Content Hotel. Just call it what it is. You're right. I'm a fat loser. Cool. Let's back to you guys. This event was embarrassing. Just admit it. Malevolent Bystander said that was a great KARL impression. I wasn't even trying to do a KARL. Was I doing a KARL impression? Right, like it wasn't a great event. Okay, if you say so.
I just want to Mersh. I gave him just a softball pitch right there, and he backed away. So we see where he's at.
I like Mersh. I said that during the show. I'm friendly with Mersh. We've collabed together.
That's not what I saw in Mersh's response. If I'm being honest,
I haven't seen it yet, so maybe I don't like Mersh.
I heard from Mersh, and this is, you can quote him on this, is that what really bothers him is that last couple episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer really couldn't compete with what was going on with Angel at the same time, and he's more of an Angel guy. So hats off to you.
Oh, so you were hurt.
First of all, that hurt him. That obviously hurt Adam Busch. And that obviously got to him. And for the record, Adam, you're like, oh, you weren't watching Buffy. You were more of an Angel guy. We were all more of Angel people when the spinoff happened. That was really, that guy, I was just fucking around. I mean, all right, I lobbed a grenade, some shrapnel hit. I like Adam Busch, but all right, I hit him with some shrapnel. I was trying to be funny that night. I was trying to be funny, but let's be fair. You were in like seasons 5 and 6. You know what I mean? You weren't Giles, is my point. Like, I remember Giles. You know what I mean? And my point is that I'm a fan of Adam Busch. I'm just a fan of Adam Busch because of one of these podcasts. You know? So I'm not, I guess that bugged him. You know what? It probably wasn't very nice, but I thought it was at the time it was funny.
Hurt too, Adam.
Oh no, I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. I didn't even know he was watching that stuff. It's like, okay, buddy.
I was making a joke. I wasn't watching Buffy or Angel. Okay? I was fucking smoking pot and being a degenerate at that age. I was not watching these TV shows. I just am autistic and have an encyclopedic memory of a certain time and a certain place. And that's like 1997 to like 2003. I got that shit locked in my brain. I was just trying to have a fucking little bit of fun. It's just fucking, you know what I mean? I thought it was funny.
Joke. I understand.
So the clip I heard, Mersh, I only watched the Doom clip. I don't know if he talked about it more than that.
Nobody else saw anything other than the Doom clip.
I saw...
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Ooh. Let's pull up the ratings for Buffy after you joined in a little bit.
But I saw Mersh play a clip.
And again, they're being so mean. And I'm like, I just was having a little bit of fun, and these guys are coming at me. Very snippy. Nobody watches his shit. He's a loser in a basement. Does that all sound familiar? Do these responses sound familiar? Nobody cares what he says. Nobody listens to him anyway. He's a loser. He's in his basement. The haters. Say what you want about me. I'm the first guy in history to get WATP to acknowledge the haters, man. I'm like, I'm not taking shot. And by the way, go back and watch all my coverage. I never shit on these guys. I made some jokes about them. I obviously got under Adam Busch's skin. And like, look, I think it's genius. You know what I mean? Like, I personally, like, I think KARL did a genius thing. He got an actor with a resume that fucking, you know what I mean? That can add a certain air of show business to the show. I would love if me and Royce did that. I'm going to talk to Royce about that. See if we can't get the guy who played Luke in Gilmore Girls or some shit, you know? Or, well, what do you think? Revenge of the Sis with co-host, who was the hot shot pilot in the Scott Bakula Star Trek? We'll get that guy. I'm sure he's not doing anything. Or, who was the third lead in Shasta McNasty? Can we get that guy? I want to do the same thing. I'm saying it's smart. You know, at the very least, I know me and Royce can definitely afford the dad from Seventh Heaven, right? I mean, that guy, we got to be able to get him for less than scale. It's damaged goods.
Where KARL was like, "Hey, he's a fucking loser. Like, Mersh is a loser. He doesn't know how life works." And I was like, "What? Where's this coming from?" Because
Blind Mike. Blind Mike. The guy is literally blind, but he can see what's going on here. Fucking Blind Mike. Refusing to bury a knife in my back. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Even Blind Mike's like, well, you know, you did call him a fucking loser who doesn't know anything about life. I'm not trying to start trouble or anything. I'm just saying that was a little intense there. Come on. Oh, this fucking rules. All right. I got to hear that again. I got to hear Blind Mike defend me again. That kind of rules.
Shots fired.
But I saw Mersh play a clip where KARL was like, "Hey, he's a fucking loser. Like, Mersh is a loser. He doesn't know how life works." And I was like, "What? Where's this coming from?" Like, these guys.
Yeah. Royce is great.
Oh.
I want you guys to remember how I handled this and how these guys handled this. And I think that time will be the ultimate judge. Because I'm not going to go after KARL. Do you know why I'm not going to go after KARL and I'm not going to go after who are these podcasts? Because it would be disingenuous. Because to go after them would be for me to say, like, kind of what KARL's implying. Oh, I always thought that guy sucked. You know what I mean? Which I haven't. I've never thought that. So I'm not going to lean into it now and go, well, yeah, now that guy sucks because he doesn't like me. Not my style. So I'll let history remember this. I'll let history look back on how they're handling this versus how I'm handling this. This has all been some lighthearted ribbing. Now, what you guys don't know, in fact, what only I know, what you're about to know, is that this little worm on the bottom left, Adam Busch, while this was happening, was all up in my DMs. Asking me if he could come on my show. He's like, "Hey man, love to come on your show sometime, you know, all shit aside, I'm still a fan." The most disingenuous, like fake, you know what I mean? You're not my fan. You're not a fan of mine. You're not, you know what I mean? It's Adam Busch isn't living in my fucking replies on Twitter. Adam Busch isn't watching Nightwave. Don't do that. I'm a fan. Shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Disingenuous. Like, you know what I mean? It's very, if you catch my drift. He's DMing me at the time while they're saying this and going, "I'd love to come on your show sometime." And I know what he's going to do. He's going to come on my show. He wanted to come on my show and he wanted to do the thing he's been doing. Like, he went on like what Joey C's show and a couple other people. He wants to try to come on and like do this like really dry psychoanalyzing kind of Jewish thing, this like snarky like Michael Ian Black type thing, and then like play the clips on who are these podcasts. But it was very like, you know, disingenuous. Like, "Yeah, man, I'd love to come on your show, bro. You know, I know we're all just joking, right? But hey, I remain a fan, is what he said. Yeah, remain a fan. You're not a fan. You were never a fan. I'm not your cup of tea. I can tell by the way you know what I mean? You're not tuning in to watch my show. So don't pretend like you've been a big fan and that this is just a little thing. But to think I'm so fucking retarded that I'm not going to find out within 30 minutes that they're talking shit. It's like, all right.
It's funny to me. I don't know what context he played from WATP when we were reviewing him, but he was just going off about how this whole event sucks. And it
did. It absolutely did. And the only people I said that this event sucked and that it was just a vacation for all the streamers. And the only people that have defended this event so far are the streamers. And the way they defend it is by making it sound like a vacation.
It's a vacation for Chrissie.
Her and her in-laws and Frank and the baby staying in a beautiful Airbnb a mile away from the Villa Roma is a fucking vacation. If I could travel anywhere I wanted, right, get myself a nice exclusive hotel suite, but then have all my friends hanging out somewhere nearby so that I could just go out and have drinks with them or do whatever I want on a whim, that's called a vacation. It was a vacation. Call it what it is, man. Why is everybody... What I'm not understanding about this is just how fucking defensive they are about it. You're being defensive and shitty and like attacking me and getting snarky over a very minor thing, right? It's like we're arguing over the color of somebody's shirt. It's like we're sitting next to each other and I'm like, hey, check out that guy's shirt, man. That's a nice color blue. And then fucking you're like, that's not a blue shirt. That's like an orange shirt or whatever. And then you're like, no, it's a blue shirt. And you're like, no, it's orange, right? And then you're like, you know what? Honestly, I've always thought you were a fucking loser. You don't know anything about life. And nobody watches your stupid show. You know what I mean? And then you go, okay, damn, I still think the shirt's blue. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what to say, but I still think the shirt's blue. I mean, you can say all the hurtful, you can lash out all you want. It was a matter of opinion. The event sucked. Read the room. Read your own fucking comments, KARL. Read your own YouTube comments. They are not overwhelmingly positive. The Content Hotel was not a good user experience on the side of the people who were promised content. And the only bragging they ever did was 2,900 people watching live. Yeah, on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel. Not on Chrissie's channel. Nobody wanted to watch Joe Curry play fucking 3-card poker. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. The fucking carpet was old. The bedspreads were old. And yes, the food came from Cisco Food Systems. I hit it with a fucking bullseye. And again, the fact that nobody should care. None of this should matter. You should just be like, well, yeah, you know what? Mersh was right. It wasn't great. Let's move on. But they immediately circled the wagons and then started getting weird and personal and very defensive. Again, this started with this like nervous laughter. Like they're trying to shake off this bad feeling that's been enveloping them since they've fucking left the Villa Roma.
And it's just an excuse for fans to buy Chrissie and Frank a free vacation away from their kid. It's just like, that's like the opposite of what was happening.
It was so easy. We picked something off the registry. I picked a blender. We bought it for...
Also, for the record, KARL, and listen, I know, KARL, that when you do your show, you like to have a lot of clips ready. You like to do your little bits, right? You guys started taking shots at my little show and nobody watches me and I'm a loser, so I'm allowed to take some shots back. So I know when you're making your little like and adding stingers and crafting your little fucking, audio, whatever experiences for your show. Like, I understand that's how you like to do your show. I kind of just wing it. I pull shit out of my ass. I make jokes. I make people laugh. And sometimes I'm saying some really over the top, like hyperbolic shit. Like, I'll let you in on a secret, Carl. I don't really think Chrissie wants to kill her baby. I never actually thought that. It was a joke to make the audience laugh. So now to do this whole disingenuous thing, where it's like, oh, Mersh said it was this and that. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun riffing on the stupid content hotel. Not everything. I'm not a fucking journalist, okay? Like, what the?
Or what's the big deal? I don't understand.
Yeah. So I was just pointing out, since I have real experience being at the event and seeing all the work that was put into it and how much work was happening during the event with Chrissie and Frank.
Work might have went into it. It still sucked a dick. You know what I mean? I could make a sculpture out of my own shit and then hand it to you, and you can throw it on the ground, and I can go, hey, I worked hard on that. What is that? Who gives a fuck how hard they worked on it? And no, they didn't. Nobody was even doing content most of the time. He was walking around eating Uncrustables, singing Black Velvet. Sure looked like a fucking vacation to me.
To just be able to be like, yeah, obviously Mersh doesn't even know what doing something like this would be. He can't
would
even
never
wrap his
know.
mind around putting together an event.
Yeah, I could never even dream. I could never conceive of plugging 4 microphones into an overheating laptop in an aging banquet room and half-assing my show. You're right. You're right. I could never. I'm not that creative. You know what I'm also not good at? I wouldn't be good at me and Royce doing our show at a goddamn Greyhound bus terminal. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. Is it there? But here's the thing, Carl. And here's the thing that you guys are getting really pissy and defensive about. You are correct that I probably couldn't pull off an event that was a big success. My point is neither did Chrissie. You know, like, this goes back to my original argument when he started calling me a loser in my basement. Yes, I'm a loser. I'm a fat loser in my basement. I could never do what you do. Correct. Now, back to my original points. This event also sucked. Like, my inability to do an event doesn't negate the fact that Chrissie Mayr's content hotel was an unmitigated fucking disaster. It doesn't. But keep deflecting. This was playful. I was having fun. And you can feel this. Okay, dickhead. Where did this come from? Go back and watch my original clip. We were having fun. We were laughing. You know, we're just cracking up.
Like this.
No,
That was the
I
point
get
was making.
I get it. Carl's pissed that he told the truth. So he's mad at Mersh,
Yeah.
and that's the way it's going to be. Mike,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was like, Chrissie, can you give me a hand? I want to get my show set up in the theater. And she's like, fuck off, Carl. I'm on vacation. I'm like, all right, my bad. And she goes, can you watch my kid? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Fine.
She never asked you that because she had the in-laws a mile away.
I will just say it was the exact same thing as when Aaron from Steel Toe thought I was chatting him. It had my name on it, and then they informed him.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing. You're right, Adam. Me making fun of a fucking dilapidated property that we all saw with our own fucking eyes is the same thing as Aaron not knowing that anyone can make up a fake Adam Busch in his chat room. You're right. It's, bro, I always said that Adam Busch is so insightful, just the way he can break people down and read them. That made no fucking sense, Adam. This is the guy who was in my DMs earlier going, yeah, I want to go on your show, man. No, I'm a big fan. Literally typing the DM as he says this. I'm a big fan. Are you? Because you seem very offended. You guys seem very angry. You seem very riled up. And no, me making fun of Chrissie Mayr's content motel is not the same thing as Aaron falling for a fake Adam Busch in his chat. I don't at all see how those two things are correlated. But apparently you're big mad enough to shoehorn that in there.
And that wasn't me. And he said, Aaron, I disagree. I'm going to hold on to that. It was him.
It's not me disagreeing. Tukey disagrees. Tukey made fun of this event. You, Carl, we're on with Melton today, making fun of this event. Melton was making fun of it. Chad was making fun of it. The Clipperverse was making fun of it. The Clippers were clipping us making fun of it. The comments were making fun of it. The comments on the clips, the comments on your channel, the comments on Chrissie's channel, they're all fucking dragging this thing. And you guys are going to try to gaslight me into like, this is all in my fucking head? We're not falling for this. I'm sorry about the Buffy joke, Adam, but you weren't a major character on that show. They added you in season 5, you know, and the ratings halved. I'm not blaming you. But, you know, it's like when they added the little black girl to the Cosby Show. It's like, you know what I mean? I had a fucking joke at his expense, and these people went fucking full bore at me. It's bizarre. I'm genuinely, this is bizarre behavior. And to reiterate my previous point, the reason it's so bizarre to me is because it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's not, nothing, I guess, outside of me making fun of Adam Busch's IMDb page was fine, right? You know what I mean? I guess that's where I fucking went over the line. Sorry, guys, I can't joke about the idea of somebody name dropping KARL and Adam Busch. That's funny to me. It's funny to me. It's just, I said it the same way as if somebody name dropped me. If somebody name dropped Kevin Brennan, if somebody name dropped Shuli, I would be hysterical laughing. And the fact that like bothers you shows the real lack of humility on your part. That you can't laugh that off and go, you're right, name dropping me is absolutely the most embarrassing, retarded thing you could possibly do. I didn't mean to get under their skin so goddamn much. We were just poking a little fun. And I'm sure people are going to clip me and go, well, Mersh, you seem butthurt that they're coming at you. I'm not particularly butthurt. I'm fascinated by this. I'm not upset. I'm genuinely like, KARL has had, how many years now? KARL has had the greatest poker face I think anybody in this fucking sector has ever had. Nothing gets to him. Nothing gets under KARL's skin. I've always said KARL's like unflappable, but you make these like a little, and it's like the cracks are showing. I was just trying to have some fun. I mean, I find it surprising for them to be this thin-skinned over what really, if you go back and watch, I'm just fucking around, dude. We were just fucking around, and it is what it is, man. Obviously some people a little upset for some reason. Let me see here real quick. We also had Freeside Thug coming in for 10. He says, I don't know. I'm just following the crowd. Thank you. It's been a very good night tonight. Cheeseburger 6 for 5 said, did Chrissie give KARL a toothy blowjob or something? He's oddly defensive of that chunky pussy joke merchant. I don't know. I don't think it's anything like that. I don't, I think it has more to do with like they don't want to lose access to Cumia. Like they still think there's value in Cumia. So, and they're going to try to extract anything they can out of his fucking corpse before he, goes bye-bye in the forever box. That's just my, if you were to ask me my off the dome theory, that would be what I would say. Nice podcast. Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid breaking his $2 rule. Thank you. He says, all 4 of these clowns have massive egos. They think they're above criticism, but the reality is KARL, Shuli, and Busch are part of the clown show. Again, I'm not. That's, people are saying shit. I'm still not going to go after these guys the way they've gone after me, because it's much funnier when it's like really one-sided.
Mersh based his whole theory on the fact that this was a vacation away from the family. Chrissie he knew for a fact in terms of childbirth, at what time post-pregnancy you need like a break. He said this, a break from the baby, and that this
I was right.
coincided with this. So then when he found out the baby was there the entire time, he doubled down.
Was the baby at the Villa Roma the entire time, or at the Airbnb with the in-laws? Was the baby at the Villa Roma with Anthony Cumia? That would be bad. Or was the baby at the Airbnb? Remember, she wasn't staying at the Villa Roma. I'm sure she brought the baby around once in a while as a prop. Sure. But stop this. Please stop this. You guys are fucking spiraling over this. It's really, it's uncomfortable at this point. This is uncomfortable to watch. I'm watching two guys who know better being disingenuous, pretending not to get the joke. And the only guy in the room who's being fucking real ass and being 10 toes down, the only one who can see that, ironically, that this is not a fucking hill he wants to die on, is Blind Mike. Notice Blind Mike's like, I'll just sit here. And Blind Mike right now, whether he'll admit it or not, when this was going on today, in the back of Blind Mike's mind, he was thinking, oh God, this is what people think. This is what people say when we make fun of them. This is the kind of shit they do. They pretend not to get the joke. And then when I am joking, they pretend I was serious. But then when I'm serious, they pretend I'm like, it's this, like, he knows. Blind Mike's sitting here quietly going, look at his face. Look at Blind Mike's face. He can't see it, but we can.
Mersh, send me the link. I will trash these two like it's nobody's business.
I don't know what he said before, so I don't know how much he was backpedaling, but the one that I watched seemed like fairly calm. Like, he didn't seem like he was really going after you guys that much.
He got hurt. In the second one, he's genuinely hurt and confused.
Yeah,
because...
I heard it. Carl goes, Mersh is a fucking loser. And Mersh was like, what did I do? I'm a team Mersh on. I don't know what he did.
As someone who doesn't do live shows ever, like Mersh, has no interest in them and doesn't understand why anyone would, this whole thing's a mystery to him. But for people...
Because I'd have to hang out in dingy, dilapidated, aged motels that are haunted with a bunch of disingenuous Jays like yourself and pass. Unless the payday is good, pass. I literally made jokes about fucking Adam Busch's resume, and if he can't take jokes like that, he needs to get the fuck off the internet. And I mean that. I mean that shit. If you can't take a little minor joke about you being a fucking D-list actor, then you gotta unplug, my man, because there's a lot of... Once people start seeing that and how you react, they're gonna start saying nastier and nastier shit. Don't show weakness. But all I'm saying is, Carl, Adam, read the room. And in this time, and in this case, the way you would read the room is you read the YouTube comments. Not my YouTube comments. Don't even worry about Doom's YouTube comments, Misery Loves Clips YouTube comments. Who gives a shit? Read your own comment section, because Lord knows I have been. And it's hilarious. And I can tell you this, even the people that aren't fans of mine have been very, very fucking, they've leaned very heavily on the Mersh side. I mean, I'm talking, there are people out there that are siding with me, and it makes them sick to their fucking stomachs. But you see how these Dabbleverse people are? They're fucking animals. They're going to smell blood in the water, and they're going to go nuts now. And they're going to try to find any other cracks they can. And they're going to try to fuck with you, dude. And it's like, all because you can't say, okay, yeah, the couches at the Villa Roma were a little old. Holy shit, get a grip.